All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Here we go, the final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
Brings up second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
132 fighter. Go.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Here comes Carter. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Texans will take over with a first and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up first and 10. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a second and 13.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's make these babies cry.
Now Watson. Throw left side taken in by Miller. Oh, what a juke into space. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Second and 9 at their 48-yard line.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. A first carry now for Alex Collins. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up third and 4.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson steps away to his left. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
This is it. 19. 59. No game on this defense. No game.
Watson with a give to Miller. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
The stop made by
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Come to my work. We won. 24. SOS. That's 24. SOS.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
That's a gain of 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
To the right side, complete to Miller. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
On second down, it's Lewis, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Everybody knows it. The fans, obviously, the players and coaches. There's just within the palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been in an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
This is it. 19. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. 54 is down. He's coming. The floor. Off the floor.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Dixon. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Down, coming. 10, 9, check 25, check 9, go. Out we go.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now this throw caught left side. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Mike's 59. I got him. Check safety, check safety. 54 is down, he's coming. Hayward.
From the red zone now, Watson. Dancing to his left. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Mike is 59. Mike's at 59. Curly. Check. And no touchdown.
On 2nd down now, it's Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Tannehill. That's the rookie with the catch, A.J. Brown. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Let's go.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Me and you all day. All day. Any weapon. I'm coming after you. Check. Lucky. Snap.
Throwing again is Tannehill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
A first down carry now for Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Mike, check. 50. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him play.
Here's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, we looked at...
I always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
You got tight right there.
To throw is Tannehill. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Tannehill. Leaping, and he makes the grab. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Big stop, let's go. My 55. Hey, Delta.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. He finds Humphries. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lewis. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Tannehill on first down. He finds Corey Davis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To the air again, Tannehill. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. 3rd and 2, Tannehill. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Tannehill on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's a four-receiver look now. Three of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Tannehill throwing again. That is caught at the 7. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Tannehill. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I thought I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Watson on first down. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3. Ready.
The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. We have not seen much on offense from either side these last few drives. It has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency break.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Out we go.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Get there. Hatch it. Hatch it. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Score.
Watson just beating the play clock. And he has his tight end. That's Wesco. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. On first down, it's Miller. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Watson forced out to his left. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Miller. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
They'll try the air now with Watson. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A gain there of 30 big ones. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. This is Collins on the toss. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Alex Collins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw, Tannehill. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Kenny Clark in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Finding room at the 30. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. On the return, Carter. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter from Foxborough. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch the slant.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Dixon. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throw left side, complete to QT. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Tannehill. And Davis with it left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
You ain't doing nothing today. Get it.
Here's Tannehill. Over the middle here to Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back now in Houston. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. 57 to Mike.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Come on. You better bring it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Wide open receiver, complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. On 4th down, Tannehill. And this is incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They begin with a run by Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
This is Miller. Again, he finds an opening. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run on first down. Miller. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Come off the ball. Kill, kill, kill.
On second down, Collins. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now it's Miller. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Tannehill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw a play.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
It's now 3rd and 13.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
What is that? 19? 59. Hey, check.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
More points on the board. I don't care what the situation. I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Desmond Trufant, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Reset.